We're driving in Southern Marina Bay of Singapore. Very good track, the longest track in the Formula One calendar, and because of that, uh, we have decided to, you know, make the race 30 minutes earlier than usual because I really can't be asked to, to race until midnight because I know how long these races are really gonna go. So yeah, we have already 2 viewers. Welcome to the stream as I'm quickly trying to share it for the viewers. As we're gonna get some driver interviews. Now we have actually almost a full grid. RPC coming, but we're gonna invite to the interview box. We're gonna invite Felix, also known as F3YLHD, and PSN lagging a little bit. Hopefully he's not in a party. He's not, but it seems like we're gonna have a full grid here today, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty good. We've sent an invitation to Felix. We're gonna get his thoughts before the race starts, and then we're gonna hear the national anthem of Singapore, the hosting country. Somebody has left. We have first comment. Hopefully it was yeah. Hopefully Felix is gonna come. For sure it's gonna be one moment, I'm just gonna find the stream because I need to set a stream to Twitter and to PSN. So it's gonna take a little while as my Nokia phone is a little bit lagging, but it's okay, it's okay. 19 people at the moment. And all the reserves, please don't choose any cars, just wait until, the countdown has started, then you can basically take whatever cars you feel like it. And my freaking Nokia is not working at all. But now we're waiting for one more driver and then it's gonna be party on, rock and roll. We'll try to look on the little bit of the comments. I'm gonna set the stream right now. There we go. It's just shared all over the platform, all over the PS4. So we're gonna try to get Chapela Lay's interview before the race starts. Hopefully he'll join. Geez, my PA connection is lagging a lot at this stage of time. But we're gonna get Chapela Lay, and actually Felix has joined at the same time as I sent other driver invite. Good evening, Felix. Welcome to the show. Good evening. So, last time you raced for EFL, I believe, was in Hungary, where you finished P2. In Spain, you finished second place. You have 2 races on the belt, 2 second place finishes. Do you try to keep the momentum up and try to finish in the podium here in Singapore?
I don't really think a podium is really up for grabs today. I mean, I haven't got a proper setup, to be honest. I'm not sure if that works. I didn't try it yet. So I'm basically going into this race with no expectations. But I'm definitely aiming for some points, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for a podium.
How do you like Singapore as a track? Do you enjoy driving here, or is it just a little bit of difficulty to drive here?
I actually enjoy it. It's like a typical street circuit. Obviously, the walls are very close to the car all the time, and I like that. And it's a night race, so something special, of course. And yeah, I enjoy driving around Singapore very much.
Well, thank you very much and good luck for the race.
Thank you.
So, Beatrice Apelele, I just got information from your championship rival so that Tevap TT is not going to be able to join to this race here today. So, what expectations are you going towards this track as you are 1 point behind of your championship rival Tevap TT in the standings, who is not racing here today? What are your expectations for this race?
It's a very hard track to drive, so it's easy to bottle.
But do you enjoy driving here?
Yes, I do.
You enjoy anything for the viewers? Anything to say? Yeah. Alright, thank you very much and good luck for the race.
Thank you.
So, I got a message from some of the viewers that we have to interview one of the sushi drivers. So, before the national anthems, we're gonna invite the sushi driver Frayne. So we're gonna try to invite Sushi Frayne, but if he doesn't come, then we're gonna play the national anthems before the race starts. So if some people didn't know, we started the race here today 30 minutes early because it's Singapore and it takes around 2 hours to finish this track, depending on the safety cars and the weather and stuff like that. We have 19 drivers at the moment. 19 drivers, so we have some comments. I'm waiting for Susie Friend to come, and we actually have a full grid at the moment. We have a full grid, but if Susie Friend doesn't come, then doesn't seem like he's coming. We're gonna, ladies and gentlemen, take your hats off for the national anthem of Singapore. There we go, that was the national anthem of Singapore. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, and looks like 1 more minute before we're gonna put the party on, rock and roll, as they say in USA, but we're not in USA, but still, it's a very great saying, eh? And now I'm gonna open the stream, open whatever comments you have written to me, and there we go. Chris Walker saying, Motley is here for you. Well, I just missed it, but unfortunately I just missed it. I'm gonna send invites one more time for all of the drivers here today, and there we go. We have a full grid, so it's party on, rock and roll. Party on, rock and roll. So ready up, guys, and we're ready to go. We're ready for the race. We're ready to rumble. We're ready for round 15 of the season. We have a full grid here today, ladies and gentlemen. Please ready up. Hopefully nobody is gonna disconnect just before the... I'm not gonna restart the lobby if somebody disconnects, because I'm in a tight schedule, and this is a one hell of a long race. So yeah, I need to put my TV a little bit. There we go. I can see the TV a little bit better now. So yeah, full grid. Every race we've had 17 to 18 drivers, but now it's a full grid here today in EFL. I'm quickly gonna gonna check my voice. There we go, my voice is good, voice is awesome. So yeah. Round 15, man, round 15. And before the qualifying starts, I just wanna tell you guys that the championship leader Sevap TT007 unfortunately couldn't make it here today, personal business, so in a very big chance or very big possibility that we will have a new championship leader after today's Grand Prix, because 1 point behind Sevap City, who is in P1, and in P2 1 point behind him is Viatisa Pelele, who we know has a natural good speed. And in P3 it's New Zealand Cam, but he's over 28 points behind them. But hey, if Viatisa retires, New Zealand Cam wins, Sevap City doesn't drive, it doesn't look like he has a chance, then yeah, it's gonna look very good for Cam or Sape. And I'm gonna read some comments very shortly, but welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the 15th round of the season for San Marina Bay of Singapore. 23 corner track, the longest track in the Formula 1 calendar. 7 more rounds after this. As I said, championship leader is still Sevap Titi, and in P2 is Viatisa Pelele, and in P3 is New Zealand Cam, and P4 I believe is Imadi, and then comes rest of the drivers like Pierre Hansen, aka and Pierre. And for the drivers who doesn't know, Motley, White Lord Billy and Argyritsak all have qualifying bans here today, as PMP always has disconnected from the session, but you can of course always join to the profile. I'll just use some of the invitations I've sent them. But yeah, all of the drivers look like almost going out at the moment. What do I want to see? Best, yeah, or pit? No, yeah, best enable. There we go. We have a good camera, and Cam is out with a hard set of tires. White Lord Billy, some reason is driving qualifying. He has to retire from the session. White Lord Billy, if he does drive in this qualifying session, he will be disqualified. I'm gonna quickly write to him. DSQ. Oh man. I mean, you write a million times that who has qualifying bans and who doesn't, and then they do stuff like this. They don't just simply obey simple orders. I don't know. Quiz Walker riding. Yeah, got it. Can't do some laps, but ready for the race. Yeah. Who's the first one to start a lap? And White Lord Billy. There we go. I think he's gonna retire. He should have done it in a pit lane, but I'll forgive him for this time. Is there anybody actually who's starting a lap? Nobody's actually starting a lap still. So write some questions. I will try to read them as quickly as possible. And White Lord Billy has been disqualified for going the wrong way, so I guess it's okay. He got disqualified. Wasn't in anybody's way. And yellows in sector 2, and that was probably White Lord Billy's car. And I believe Susie Frayne will be the first driver who will start. Never mind, he's not gonna start anything at the moment. So Vega Visuals is in a formation lap. Trent HT is starting his first lap around Marina Bay, Singapore. 23 corner track. Some might say it's the most exciting track of the season. Some might say it's the most boring track of the season before Monaco or after Monaco. So you guys can write to the comment sections. What do you think about Singapore? Does it belong in Formula 1 or does it not belong in Formula 1? Personally, I like it in real life, but I like to drive it in a game, but as a spectator I believe it might be a little bit boring. But hopefully this race won't be, as we have 20 hotheads in the grid, and Trent HT has already bottled his lap, so we're gonna keep an eye on Amity, who is gonna drive his first lap with a hard set of tires. Amity, we're gonna see what his sector 1 time will be. He's coming towards the end of sector 1, 27.2, and a new personal best sector time for the sector 1 corner. I basically don't know, no idea about the corners, what is going. Probably this is corner 9. Oh yeah, this is corner 9, and next up is the corner combinations of 10, 11 and 12. But in a race, most of the drivers are making the mistakes, and yellows in sector 2. But nobody's retiring. We have yellow sector 2, and there's a Williams driver, and I believe that's Susi Abi, a newest reserve driver for EFL, who has made a big mistake and probably ruined his lap by doing that. And 104.9 for sector 2, and VRT Shape set it at 137.4 with a hard set of tires. I really apologize for missing that, but I was looking an eye on IMD. But that's your provisional pole position lap, 137.4 with a hard set of tires, which is pretty solid lap time. That we're gonna acknowledge that it was driven by hard set of tires. But Amity is coming towards the last corners of the grid, corners 22 and corners 23, and we'll see what lap time he will be doing, and he does a 138.1, which is approximately 7/10 slower what VRT Shape was able to do in his opening lap. But RPC with a soft set of tires, what lap he will be making? He's gonna take pole position, yes he is, 137.3, but just he's taking provisional pole position, but there's a 2 tire compound difference between Shape and Shea. But still, pole position, it's still something, it's still P1. And Trent HT with a 150.9 is in P5. Driver and Vega Visuals with a medium set of tires, set at a 137.1. Very incredible lap. With the mediums, beat the lap of RPC, who set at his lap with a soft set of tires. New Zealand Cam is started this lap with the medium soft tires. P3 in the Drivers' Championship. Yellows in Sector 1 and 2. A little bit that racing point was holding New Zealand a little bit up. Jack King, 32. Very good driver. 1045. New personal best in Sector 2. New purple for Sector 2. We'll see how this man is gonna play the banjo, play the guitar, or we'll see. Well, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Old saying from old movie, which is Independence Day from 1996, as oh my gosh, there's a Williams driver of Susie. A New Zealand Cam has left from the session, but I believe that was Jay Prentice who retired from the session in the middle of the track, and New Zealand Cam has disconnected, but it's friends only, so you can join back if you know you got disconnected. You can just rejoin back. Jack King 32, 138 flat with a soft set of tires, provisionally moves him to P4 position. Trent HT, TG Storm, so we'll see what TG Storm, his debut in EFL. New comments coming, I'm gonna read them very quickly. And TG Storm sets a 138.9, and Chris Walker writes that there's these lap times, some very close times in here. Yes sir, it is. And also drivers with different set of tire compounds, like some drivers with softs, hards, softs and mediums, but still it's very close at the moment. But in my opinion, the best strategy in Singapore, well, I'm still answering to your comment, Chris, that best tire to start a race on is probably the mediums. If safety car doesn't appear like 5-6 times in a race, then it's definitely mediums. What are the good tires to start on? But you can also extend softs and hards, that you basically do like 6-7 laps with softs, get a 4-5 lap undercut, and then you do rest of the laps with hards, because we know how difficult it is to overtake in the street track of Singapore, where there's only literally one overtaking spot in the whole track. So we'll see what Jack King will be able to do, as he is actually messed up his lap as he's driving without the OS. TG Storm has track extended. Susie Frayne is in his lap, but he's out of EOS. So basically nobody's in the track at the moment. And well, Ahmadi said that 138.054 doesn't move him any places, but he stays in P5, as we have White Lord Billy, who has left from the session. But once again, he can rejoin back to the invites or profile. So but Ahmadi improved his lap time 10 thousandths of a second slower than Jack King with soft tires. So now we still have 2 racing points of Vega Visuals and VRT Shape in P1 and P3. Alpha Driver LPC in P2. Jack King in P4, Ahmadi in P5, Storm in P6, Harry in P7, Trent HD, Muttley still in P8, but we never know what's going to happen in the qualifying, as he has retired. He has retired from this session. I can confirm that. And Thierry Pierre, driver who is P5 in the Drivers' Championship, he started his lap. But we'll follow Susi Abi, how he's going to be able to set his first lap in EFL. As we have new comments coming. Trent's writing, I'm on the wheel for my second ever race, and few crying emojis from Trent HD. Something tells me he doesn't really enjoy driving with wheel, or then he's still trying to find the momentum. But Pierre is setting purple sector 1, very impressive with the medium tires. So Pierre Hansen, who finished in his first ever EFL race in Australia, that's around 15 weeks ago. You can calculate that is approximately 3 months. 3 months since his last and first ever podium in EFL. But now he has a chance and redemption to take his second ever podium in EFL. Imagine, first race in EFL, Australia, Melbourne, round 1, you finish in P3, and after that 0 podiums, even though you participated in every single race. So somebody might ask, where did that Pierre Hansen go where he was in round 1? But some drivers have a little bit of breaks, they don't get everything matched up. Like there have been so many other drivers who had very unlucky seasons, even though they had terrific or awesome round 1 ahead of them. But now Pierre Hansen is coming towards the last corners of this track, as PMP Norris has rejoined back to the session. corner 22, corner 23. Is this going to be provisional pole position? No, it's not. It's P6, but it's very good with a medium set of tires. So very good lap from Pierre Hansen. And Susi Frein, we're going to see what lap he will be setting. He's running very low on the EOS, so he's not going to fulfill the true potential of his car. And he's actually going to the pits as James Torres. James Torres has set it a pole position time of 1:36.8, which is 3/10 faster than Vega Visual's lap with a medium set of tires. So James Torres, if somebody might know his RP James, changed his PSN. Very fast driver. Currently in pole position. A little bit surprised me, I have to say. And Jack King is in his formation lap, out lap. And if you feel like asking any questions about my league, about real life, about personal questions about the owner, myself, like I'm the owner, but still questions about me or something else, you can write them to the commentary box, and I will try to answer them or read them as soon as possible, as we have Vega Visuals who has spun it and hit it in the wall. But yeah, you can even write your favorite Singapore moment in real life, and mine has to be either Singapore 2013 where Kimi Räikkönen finished in the podium for P13, or then it's that massive crash in 2017 between Verstappen, Vettel, Kimi, Alonso. And New Zealand Cam has set at the 1:36.913, which has promoted him to P2 position at the moment, so only 1/10 slower, less than 1/10 slower than James Torres 1. Yellows in sector 3, but we'll see what VRT Sape is going to be able to do, but he's still driving with a hard set of tires. He's so confident he's driving with hard set of tires, and he's going to be new pole position time. No, it's not, it's 1:37 flat, but with hard set of tires to P3, it's very, very impressive from the young German driver who wants to win his first ever EFL championship. He basically took the lead of the championship after Hungary, but lost it once again after Monza. And now because Cevat Cici is not racing in a very big odds, even though if he finishes outside the top 8, he will still take the lead of the Drivers' Championship because the gap is only 1 point. But very good luck from him, very impressive. Felix Negua, IRL F1 driver, Division 1 driver, very fast guy. P2 in Spain, P2 in Hungary, that's his only races he's done in EFL. And 2 races and 2 podiums, but he doesn't believe he will be able to finish in a podium in this track, even though he enjoys it. That's how he said in a pre-race broadcast interviews, as he's going back to the pits, probably waiting for the last minutes of this qualifying session and then setting that final lap. And you guys can of course write your top 3 from the qualifying, who is going to finish in the top 3 in the qualifying, and top 3 for the race. And I will read them out in this qualifying session. As Hectic Atomic is letting a Williams driver go, so I assume Williams driver Susi Obi is in his lap. We'll see, yeah, PMP Noise is in his lap. New Zealand Cam is going back to the pits, and so I assume is gonna be Viatti Sape, or is he gonna say no, he's going back to the pits. So it's Susi Obi is probably the only first driver to set a lap from these last runners. And we already have 4 retirements, of course, 3 of and Susi Obi has spun it, he has bottled it. And PMP Noise is coming to the same corner, he has run very wide, and I wanna see broadcast mode. Why on earth I can't see the broadcast mode, Codemasters? For some reason, Jesus Christ, it's like, there we go. PMP Noise has probably lifted off as he is 108 flat, so that lap is not gonna put you anywhere, so I'm not gonna waste your time watching that lap. And TJ Storm 72, and why can't I go to the top? Why can't I bloody go to the, there we go. TJ Storm with a 1:36.687 with a provisional pole position. Very incredible lap from debuting driver in EFL in Alfa Romeo car as a reserve. Both Alphas are actually doing very solid job at the moment, and we'll see. RPC, it says he's improving by 2.5 tenths. So he's taking a new provisional pole position, but it is with the soft tires. So Alpha drivers have provisional front row lockout, but RPC set at a 1:36.513 with a soft set of tires. So he's the only driver besides Jack King in the top 10 who has started his lap with the soft tires, as RP say, has decided to retire. But that's a front row lockout at the moment for the Alfa Romeo cars. Currently a front row lockout. Hectic Atomic is going to the pit, so that's his qualifying over. Susie Frayne is gonna start his lap, or then he just improved his lap and he did a 140.9. There's a Mercedes driver just behind him. He has to leave the space. He has to move out of the way if he's in another lap, but it seems like he is driving. He is in a lap actually, because he's driving it with 5th EOS mode. He's using the DOS and but he doesn't have any EOS at the moment, so and he doesn't improve. He's 3.5 tenths down, so he should just get out of the way because he doesn't have any chance of improving his lap. Pierre Hansen is in his lap also. Who's the closest one actually to finish? It's probably going to be Pierre Hansen. TG Storm has retired from the session, so that's his qualifying over. Best from the medium runners, and in a very dangerous spot, the Haas driver let Pierre Hansen go, but didn't seem like Pierre Hansen lifted off, so he has big balls with his Hungarian driver. So big sushi or big shashlik balls with this Red Bull driver. As Pierre Hansen is coming to us basically the last corners of this track, and we can remember this corner is very dangerous if you turn in too early or turn in too late. That might be a qualifying or race over, depending on the situation. Yellow's sector 3, but Pierre Hansen coming towards the last corners. Corner 22, corner 23, and what is Red Bull driver can do? Can it be pole position? Okay, will it be P2 or P3? It's P7. That's P7 with the soft set of tires. So Pierre Sape is still in his lap. New Zealand Cam has invalidated his lap. Harry is in his lap also. Amadi started his lap. So a lot of drivers just basically started their laps. And Felix has started his lap. Pierre Hansen has done his lap. So I believe it's going to be Jack King 32. He is down by 2.5 tenths on his personal best. Yellows in sector 1, sector 2, coming towards the final stages. Corner 17, corner 18. Oh, and he spun it. He has spun it. He has Roman Grosjean'd it. But there wasn't Ericsson to spoil it. And hopefully, this is going to be actually very interesting. How he's going to do this situation. He has to wait for the other drivers to come across, as it doesn't seem like anybody is going to be held by that. Probably, maybe Harry. Maybe actually Harry. But we'll see. Can the Toronto driver Jack King get out of this way early enough? But Harry coming towards the last corners. We'll see what this driver can do. Can he take pole position? It's a very good lap time, and it's a 1:36.2. And it's a pole position for Harry at the moment. Pole position for Harry at the moment. So very good lap from him. But how can VRT Sape challenge him? VRT Sape is improving his lap. But is Harry going to take his first ever pole position in the EFL? And no, it's not. It's Sape. Sape has done a 1:35.4, taking a pole position by 8 tenths, and Felix moves himself to P2 with 1:36.3. So both McLaren drivers are doing very good job at the moment. Amadi goes P6, James Torres P7, Jack King is finished P11. So amazing qualifying. VRT Sape showing the closet place for everybody else and taking pole position by 8 tenths. But look at the two McLarens of Harry and Felix in McLaren F1 team getting the P2 and P3. So podium positions at the moment for the two McLaren drivers. So pole position VRT Sape, P2 Harry, P3 Felix, P4 Shea, P5 Storm, P6 Amadi, P7 James, P8 Cam, P9 Visuals, P10 Pierre, P11 Jack, P12 Trent, P13 Frayne, P14 Atomic, and without lap times from Motley to Wadlow Billy. Unbelievable qualifying, guys. I'm gonna quickly save the clip. And that was a very great qualifying. Two McLarens and Alphas of Shea in P4, but easy with the soft set of tires. Storm. So basically, only drivers to start on softs are Pierre Hansen and Shea in the top 10. And Cam saying, well, there goes my title fight in the bin. Well, if you feel like it, then it did, but it's only 28 points, and we always know what's gonna happen. Remember the Singapore 2017. Anything can still happen. Anything, and I mean anything. There's still 7 more rounds after this, or 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6 rounds after Singapore, so the season is going towards the final stages, as it doesn't look like it's gonna rain, as we're gonna get to the formation lap, and then it's gonna be party on, rock and roll, as they say. But it's always the two Germans fighting for the title, and even though the championship leader is not here, there's still 2 Germans in the podium, so it's like Deutschland über alles, Germany above all, and I have to respect that, and it's truly Germany above all, especially in EFL. But yeah, formation lap. And your grid from P1 to P20 is pole position by Racing Point driver Beatrice Pelele, P2 and P3 for the McLaren drivers of Harry Cooper and Felix Negua. Alfa Romeo drivers of RP7 and TTG Storm in P4 and P5. P6 and P7 Renault and Mercedes drivers of Amedy and James Torres 1. Red Bull Racing and Racing Point drivers of New Zealand Cam and Vega Visuals in P8 and P9. Pierre Hansen, Red Bull Racing's and Toro Rosso's Pierre Hansen and Jack King in P10 and P11. Mercedes and Haas drivers of Trent HT21 and Susie Frayne in P12 and P13. Ferrari and Haas drivers of Atomic and Motley P14 and P15. Williams drivers of Ferrari, Williams and Ferrari drivers of Obi and Norris in P16 and P17. Renault and Williams drivers of Argy, Richard and Prentice in P18, P19, and in the last place, serving his qualifying ban with Argy and Motley is White Lord Billy. As we're gonna enable all the track data for you guys. There we go. So yeah, that was your grid from P1 to P20, and we have 31 laps of this amazing Grand Prix ahead of us. So do not adjust any sets. I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, and you're watching round 15 of the Marina Bay Singapore Grand Prix, where anything can happen, where I really hope we're gonna see blood, sweat, tears, and maybe a 1 or 2, 7, 8 car pile-up maybe. But that, I hope it's gonna come like in lap 9, lap 10, and then we're gonna have side-by-side fights. Well, that's just me. I like entertaining, baby. It's all about entertainment. It's all about the USA mentality. It's all about the gang banging, champagning, campaigning, hustling with muscling, shaking and baking, hooving and grooving, USA style. Yeehaw! Like the cowboy says. But yes, Sapel, Harry, Felix, Shay, Storm, Amedy, Tuis, Cam, Vega, Pierre, Jack, Trench, Frayne, Atomic, Motley, Obi, Norris, Richard, Prentice, White Lord Billy, lining to the grid, as we have 20 of the best drivers in the game, lining towards probably one of the most historic tracks in Formula 1. As Michael Buffer says, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! As we have 5 red lights. FIA giving permission for the 5 red lights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Grand Prix of Singapore. Looks like McLaren and Racing Point drivers get a fantastic start, but it still looks like Viati Sabe is going side by side with Harry, who's lagging a little bit in my screen. They're still going side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? But very clean start from all of these drivers, and it looks like Sapel kept the lead of the Grand Prix, but Harry is lagging so much in my screen. There's something wrong with his connection, no doubt about it, but it's a very clean start. No blood, no sweat, no tears in the first corner, which is actually a very decent job. But Viati Sabe is leading from Harry, Felix, Shay, and there's something happening in the back, as there's Red Bull and Toro Rosso drivers swapping places for P8. And it looks like New Zealand Cam has promoted himself to P8, and that catches Toro Rosso driver out cold. And oh, there's a Racing Point driver, and there's yellows in sector 2, and that's Susie Obi, who has retired, who has spun it. And is that going to bring out the safety car or not? There's still yellows in sector 2. We'll see, is that going to bring out the safety car? And I don't think it's going to bring anything, but it was very surprisingly clean start. Well, yeah, because we know it's Singapore and anything can happen, but now it's just a big train. Now it's just a bloody big train, and Prentice is overtaking Susi Friend for position, and Susi Friend tried to dive, and nah, he couldn't re-overtake him for P14, and that demotes Susi Friend for P15. White Lord Billy is under big trouble against Motley and Trench. A new comment saying, Ozone Delta saying, hello lads, good evening and welcome. And this was a massive crash between Trench, Frayne and Motley, and that's for the yellows in sector 3. Vega Visuals is trying to re-overtake, and there's a VSC, ladies and gentlemen. VSC has arrived for the first time in Singapore. Not a physical safety car, but it's a VSC. And for the all new viewers, welcome to the stream. Do not adjust your sets. This is round 15 of Singapore in Marine Bay, and I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama, and you're watching round 15 as there's VSC first time in this race, and it looks like it's gonna end. And TG Storm is overtaking his teammate for P4 position, or then there's swapping places. Doesn't seem like Say then has the speed of his teammate and decides not to hold him up. And says now the only driver currently in the top 10 who is in the top 10. I mean, we have Hansen in P12, but it's only driver in top 10 who is currently with a soft set of tires. And a lot of stuff happening in the back. New comments coming. I will read them as soon as possible. Harry is 1.9 seconds behind of VRT Sape, and he's really holding up his teammate. So now VRT Sape is just pulling away, and if he keeps this up, he will be taking a lead in the Drivers' Championship here today, ladies and gentlemen. A new comment saying, Obu saying, some Mercedes just banned me out, so just record it and send it to me or VRT Sapele LA after this race. And there's yellow sector 1, another VSC has arrived. Another VSC has arrived in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Another VSC. Not a physical safety car, but a VSC, so looks like it's going to be a very long race, and very good job by, very good thing that I made the race 30 minutes earlier than usually, because if we're going to go like this, it's going to be a 2-hour bloody race. And we have already a few drivers fitting. We have Say, Amadi, and Amadi getting a 5-second penalty for severe collision with RP And are they going to change front wings or not? And yes, they are. They're changing the front wings. And Say, I assume, is changing the front wings also. Yes. No, actually he didn't. But then he did. I have no idea. And the else is enabled, and now PMP Noise has retired. PMP Noise has retired from the session, so I don't know what on earth happened to PMP Noise, and he is in the middle of the track. And is that gonna bring out the safety car or not? Is that bringing out the safety car in this Grand Prix or not? That would be a third lap with some kind of safety car, with VSC or safety car. There's still yellows in sector 1, and it doesn't seem like we're gonna have a physical safety car in this Grand Prix, as Trent has overtaking Hectic Atomic for P11 position, as PMP Norris has left from the session. That's not the best debut for him, and that's Trent in the wall. Trent is in the wall, and he has made a big mistake and lost the position and the front wing to Hectic Atomic. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening in the first laps basically. Many drivers making mistakes in the early stages of the Grand Prix. And then I'll be waiting, whoever that Mercedes was should be out, okay. Well, there's two Mercedes drivers, there's somebody in P5 and there's Trent in P13, but send it to me. These things happen in the leagues, and anyways, it's lap 3 out of 31, as Harry still in my screen is lagging, but he has let his teammate go, then his teammate has overtaken him for position. I apologize, I missed that. And there's Motley and yellows in sector 1, sector 3, and that's Trent, who is rage quitting, I think. One wide, and his race without a safety car is basically over. But yeah, Felix getting past of his teammate Harry, and now the two German drivers, like usually in the whole season, have the 1-2 lead, but now it's different two German drivers, but still, it's good to see that Germany is doing very well. I'm a big fan of Germany and Russia because I'm half Russian myself, and yeah, my mom's Russian, and then I like Germans also. So Germany, Russia, and Finland and USA are the countries I like. And yeah, James Stowe is getting pressurized by New Zealand Camp for P5 position. White Lord Billy is overtaking Trent because Trent is making a pit stop. Big gaps now basically, but RPC is less than 3 tenths behind of Susi Motley. So there's a potential fight for P12 position. I know it's very boring, I know. New Zealand Cam, 5/10s behind Seb Stewart still, so we can actually keep the battle in the front. We're not gonna... Okay, our saves overtaking Motley. We have to show that. Okay, it happened. It already happened. So yeah, now we can keep the battle for P3 between Harry, Storm, Torres, and Cam, and possibly visuals when the race goes a little bit further. So yeah. Very. I feel it. It's very good. Very good. And VRT Shape set at the fastest lap of the Grand Prix of 140. Is it one? Yeah, 140.7. And over 5-second lead to everybody else. And Amity has overtaken Chelsea Motley. There we go, they're overtaking for P13 position. 2 retirements at the moment. Lap 5 out of 31. We really need a safety car for this Grand Prix, definitely. And yeah, you can write to the comment sections of your favorite moments of the Singapore Grand Prix throughout Formula 1. 2008 was actually very interesting also, where Nelson Piquet deliberately crashed to the wall to let his teammate Fernando Alonso to win a Grand Prix. Very smart maneuver from Renault, but yeah. Let's just say my personal opinion, I don't condemn cheating. Cheating is wrong, but if you don't get caught, it's GG for them. RPC overtakes Hectic Atomic for P11, and there's a 3-car battle basically for P11 position. So now Imadi is trying to follow up what the Alpha driver did, and he's going side by side with Atomic, and he's going to dive up the inside. Yes, he is, and that's P12 position. P12 position for Imadi. We have a new viewers coming every single minute, and welcome for the new viewers. Do not adjust the TV sets. I'm the owner of EFL. So VRT Safe has left from the session. VRT Sapelele has disconnected from the session. That's your championship, or P2 in the driver's championship has disconnected from the session, and that will give Felix Negua a very good chance to finish to take the win of this Grand Prix. If Sapelele is not gonna rejoin back in a matter of minutes or seconds, he will lose this Grand Prix. I can't believe the script is happening. He had over 5-second lead, but now Felix is catching him. He has rejoined back to the session, but it takes time until he takes the control of his car, and that's Felix knows that. Felix knows that, and we're gonna follow VRT Sapelele as long as possible. And now the gap literally goes from 5 seconds to 1.9 seconds. Is he gonna be able to rejoin back to his car early enough or not? He has joined back. The game is probably loading, and he's gonna rejoin back early enough. That's gonna allow probably Felix to get less than 1 second to VRT Sapelele. Now he's rejoined back to the session. He has rejoined back to the session, but he lost all of the work he's doing, and Felix is very close on him, and I believe Felix might be doing some kind of a dive bomb. He knows this is his only opportunity to probably take the lead of the Grand Prix, and you know, if you take the lead of the Grand Prix Singapore, you will keep it for a very long time. As Pierre Hansen has now left from the session, so he has disconnected at the moment. There's probably something happening in the behind, but I'm not caring about that. And that was a 5-second lead gone to the trash bin by VRT Sape by just disconnecting. Unbelievable. Motley getting a 3-second tap penalty for multiple warnings, but now Felix is in the DRS zone. And now Sape is trying to make the gap bigger. It's 8/10. Can he make it over 1 second? It's close. It's 9/10. But I don't believe it's gonna be good enough. And no, it's not. And Felix is literally in the DRS zone of VRT Sapelele. And now he can probably widen it for the rest of the race, so depending on the pace difference between these two drivers. I don't know, but VRT Sape was very, very lucky not to lose the lead. He was very, very lucky that he was able to build such a big lead. And now that has allowed Felix to get towards the DRS of Felix Negro, and there's yellows in sector 2, but no safety cars for VSCs at the moment, as Pierre Hansen has rejoined back to the session as he is in the pit lane. So few drivers just disconnecting. Felix heading the purple sector 1, so it's gonna be now we have a battle in our hands there. Gods of Formula 1 disconnected VRT Sapelele, so we could have a fight for the lead between the two German drivers, between the two Deutschland Oh, Eins Wein drivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my little bit of German, and ich bin Eric, so that's my German for you guys. We had this penalty still, it's 6.5 tenths, 6.5 tenths, so they say pushing or not, he's not pushing, but neither is Felix. They're both kind of saving the OS and Felix getting the 3-second lap penalty for multiple warnings. Probably the dirty air is affecting a little bit of his drive. But Harry is 2.5 tenths behind them. And we have a new comment saying, Obi saying, can't clip it, it's only letting me new clip the last 30 seconds. Well, you made a mistake there to, you had to wait as long as the video clip button would be available, because sometimes it takes 15 to 20 seconds for it to be available. So you have to wait and then you press the video clip button. If you leave and press again, then it's gonna start a new clip. Very unfortunate. But if I saw it in a stream, I will take a look at it. You just write me the minutes after the race. Just write to me privately. As New Zealand Cam is pitting for the New Zealand hard tire, so a lot of drivers now pitting. But Felix is still staying behind yellows in Sector 2, Sector 3, as Pia Hansen is once again left from the session. Pia Hansen has left from the session, so he's in a wall or something. But he has disconnected. There was briefly yellows in Sector 1, Sector 2. I apologize if I watching all the time the leaders. Cam running, tires were done, so what it's gonna tell about the drivers in the front? Are their tires done or not? That's the question here today, ladies and gentlemen. That is the question here today for you, ladies and gentlemen. But Felix is really pressurizing VRT Sapelele, as Sapelele runs a little bit wide. He runs a little bit wide, and is that gonna give opportunity for Felix to overtake him for position? No, it's not. Still a little bit far away and not close enough to dive bomb him. There's a fight for P5. Oh, I mean, there's a fight for... The only battle between this, it's a fight for P4 between Storm and Torres. And of course there might be... Those are only 2 battles actually. Fight for P4 and fight for P1. So, very good that we have a fight for P1. Yay! And VRT Sape, also, yeah, VRT Sape is trying to make that once again the gap, but it's not possible, as now Felix here is locked in and he will be enjoying that sweet DRS train from Sape. And now James Lewis is going side by side with Storm actually going to the pits, and we'll see what task he's going to take. But I'm going to see, I will see it in the screen, but I'm going to first follow this battle between Felix and Sape. And now actually Alpha driver, or is it the Haas driver, is getting over the yellows in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Somebody's losing a lot of positions, but no safety car at the moment, And Felix not able to overtake Sape just yet, and Amadi and VSC has come out, and Pia Hansen has retired. Where on earth did he retire? Where on earth did Pia Hansen retire? I want to see the place where he retired. And is anybody gonna take advantage of this? And there we go, he's just race quit it. And Pia Hansen has left from the session. Nobody able to take advantage of that and make a pit stop. And actually Felix losing over 1.7 seconds because of the VSC to Sape. And there we go, 1.5 seconds between Felix and Sape after the VSC. So Felix a little bit slept during that VSC period. So now, and basically also no battles going on in the track, or there's a battle for P9 between Storm and New Zealand Cam. 1.3 seconds between Felix and VRT Sape. So VRT Sape, very good job for him to extend the lead during the VSC. As we currently have 21 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. 21, famous 21 laps in this Grand Prix. And Argyritchak has taken a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Yellows in Sector 2. Probably nothing, yeah, somebody just running wide a little bit. But only 3 retirements in the first 10 laps in the most hardest track in the calendar after Monaco. So that's very good driving from this. So Frayne has retired, and is that going to bring out safety car? And he has retired. Kind of close to the wall, but we'll see. Is that gonna bring out the safety car here today or not? Is that gonna bring out the safety car? And other Haas driver Matley is letting the leader go, but there's still yellows in sector 2. And is that gonna bring out the safety car? Harry getting a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. There's yellows in sector 2, but no safety cars at the moment. No safety cars. And there we go. No safety cars, so we haven't had a physical safety car in this session so far. In this stage of the Grand Prix at least. Fourth retirement of the session. Gap between Felix and Sape is 1.2 seconds. Gap between Visuals and James is 1.8 seconds. Then gap between Storm and Cam is less than 1 second. So basically no else going on at the moment. And I wanna congratulate you viewers that you still are awake and are watching this Grand Prix, because let's face it guys, it's turned a little bit boring. But actually, as I said, boring. Vietti is speeding and we'll see where he's gonna rejoin. Is he gonna rejoin in traffic or not? But yeah, it is gonna, pit stops always making a little bit action-packed interest towards the Grand Prix, and now yeah, he's taking the hard set of tires as Vega Visuals 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's pitting with his teammate, and I don't think is the team gonna be ready for his tires or not. And no, they're not. They're not ready for his tires. But Vietti is safe. Is he gonna rejoin ahead of Clean Air or not? He's just gonna rejoin behind the traffic. So if I was Felix, I would look how long it takes for Vietti safe to get past of Jack King, because it's gonna be a very long lap behind of Jack King. He doesn't get the DRS. He has to stay behind him, and Jack King has 10 lap old hot set of tires. But there's nothing actually Vietti Sepp can do at this stage of time, because of the unfortunate placement of the Towasso car Jack King 32. And yeah, he has to save his EOS, and look how much speed he has with those new tires. It's basically pushing him towards the corners. And I want to see, is he going to dive up the inside? Is going to be that loco that he's going to dive up the inside? No, it's not, but is Jack King going to fight him? We're gonna find it out very shortly also, but look at the grip level. Look at the grip level. He's gonna dive up the inside. He's faking it. He's looking it. He's looking it. He's diving. Ooh, they're going side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? Is it gonna be Jack King or is it gonna be Shape? Shape tried it, but he lost tremendous amount of time because of that. But good defending from Jack King as Felix is now pitting. Felix is pitting, but that means Vietti Shape has to be behind of Jack King. He has to be behind of Jack King, and he's losing tremendous amount of time. Probably 10s, 6, 7 tenths. And we'll see where Felix is going to rejoin, and for some reason he didn't rejoin. He was stuck in the pit lane in my screen, but we'll see where he's going to rejoin, as now Vietti safe. He's going to dive up the inside and probably get past of Jack King 32, but he's going to get past of Felix, and yes he is. And Felix is now right behind of Jack King 32. Now he has to feel the angry wrath of Jack King 32, so still very good from Sabe that he got ahead of that very good undercut from Sabe, even though, you know, traffic and stuff like that. And is Felix gonna dive up the inside? And ooh, that was a little bit, I don't know, I didn't see it very quietly what happened, but now Felix is losing tremendous amount of time because of Jack King 32, who is just doesn't give in. He wants to keep the position, and already Vietti Sape has over 1.2 second lead over Jack King 32. So yeah, now Felix gets to feel the wrath of Jack King, and hopefully he doesn't get annoyed, or he will think of his own ways. And there we go now. No chance for Jack King 32 to defend with those old tires, and he realized it and he let him go. He let him go. But Harry, the other McLaren, is leading the Grand Prix at the moment. Is he gonna wait for safety car or VSC? No, he's fitting. The tires are probably done. James Torres has spun it. And is that gonna bring out the VSC or safety car? Is that gonna bring out the VSC or safety car in this Grand Prix at the moment or not? It might or not bring the safety car. No safety cars at the moment. No safety cars or VSCs because of that. And James Torres is pitting, and he's gonna probably go down in outside the top 10 because of that. But Harry and James are pitting, and we'll see where Harry's going to rejoin. He's going to rejoin behind or ahead of Jack King, and he's going to rejoin behind them, and Imedy and Prince, how do you pronounce it? Prentice have jumped Harry. Or basically, Imedy is with 10 lap old hearts, and Prentice is 12 lap old hearts also. So, and very good dab bomb from Imedy, clean and neat, as you like it from the textbook. And there we go. And now he's making a big gap towards Jay Prentice. 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna quickly save the video clip as I will be making race highlights. Well, at the moment it's gonna be a very short highlights if we're gonna just watch what happened in the last 13 laps. There was a few interesting spots like Sapel's, Sape's disconnection, battle between Sape and Jack King, few crashes there, here and there, but that also shows that these drivers really know the track. They know not to make mistakes, and Jack King already 3.8 seconds behind of Felix when Felix overtook him, but now gap between Felix and Sape is 3.1 seconds. And there's a battle for P3 between Imedy, Prentice, and very shortly Harry. Harry going side by side with Prentice. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? And Felix Negua has left from the session. Felix Negua has disconnected from the session. So what it is with all these disconnections, he has disconnected. And that is not going to do good for his race. That will not do good for his race. Hopefully he's going to be able to rejoin back. If you're hearing me, you can rejoin back to the... safety car has appeared. Safety car has appeared in this Grand Prix, and that's probably saved Felix. That has saved Felix. So some reason safety car has appeared in this Grand Prix. Safety car has appeared. Safety car has appeared. So what are these drivers going to do? Is anybody going to pit for mediums? Is anybody going to pit for hards? I don't know. I'm trying to invite somehow White to Felix to rejoin back because the safety car has arrived. And I don't know why on earth safety car came. Nobody crashed that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Join back to my profile. And I will see, am I online? Am I online? Yes I am. I'm online. I am online. So safety car has appeared for the first time in this Grand Prix. And the reason is because of New Zealand camp probably. That's because of the safety car. And nobody can overtake behind the safety car, we all know that. And is Felix still disconnected? Yes he is. He's still disconnected. But yeah, this will make the race a little bit more interesting. If Felix can rejoin back to the session, that will mean the race will restart once again for all of these drivers, especially for Felix. Especially for him. Jesus, but safety car. Now we have to wait for the drivers to pit or something. And Snooks, wait, I'm writing some comments. White Lord Billy getting a 3-second penalty, but nobody's pitting. It doesn't seem like nobody's pitting at the moment. Viatu Sape is not pitting, Felix is not pitting. It's very weird that Felix has still not rejoined back to this session. He has still not rejoined back to this session. Probably something very wrong with his internet connection or something, but he has time. He has 3 more laps. He has to, and Harry is pitting. Jack King is pitting. Felix Negua has rejoined back to the session throughout the safety car. And Imedy is pitting. New Zealand Cam is pitting. They're gonna take the mediums, but Sape and Felix are staying out. Harry is staying out. So how it's gonna work out with some of the drivers making the pit stops, taking the mediums, some staying on the hard set of tires. How it's gonna play out for all of these drivers, as James Torres is gonna jump a lot of positions because of this. He's gonna jump just ahead of James Torres gets a corner cut for multiple for corner cutting, and New Zealand Cam saying Harry is lagging way too much. Well, that's what happens, and I will take a look at it. If he's lagging, yeah, I will speak with him, and of course, well, POV is always welcome if more than one driver realizes that he's lagging. Then I saw it in my stream also, but at the moment, everything's fine. Race on. Safety car has arrived. It has restarted this whole Grand Prix, and that was actually very good for the mental state of my head. that when we started this scrum wave, everybody's less than 1 second behind of each other because the gaps were really big. I'm not gonna lie, and they're still very big outside the top 11. But I was wondering, Cam crashed to the wall and caused the safety car, or was it just the game brought the safety car for because the race was so boring? So, but either way, it's good, it's good. And at the moment, it's very late for Felix or Shape or Visuals or Harry or Tourist to pit because of they would be rejoining back in the last places. And we know how hard it is to overtake as Hectic Atomic is getting a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. 10-second penalty. Hectic Atomic 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag, so he soon have overtaken the safety car if... Oh, and Harry is actually lagging in my screen also, and New Zealand Cam, I suggest you focus on racing and not fighting in a commentary box of each safety car, but still, I can read it out now still. I crashed in the safety car, all came out before me and Willie, so it was very good that it came to you. It was very, very good. It was very, very good stuff. So yeah, it's a new race, focus on rock and roll, and yeah. We'll see how Felix, can he attack Viati Safe for P1 position? Can he attack or not? That's the matter of the question here, ladies and gentlemen. Is he going to be able to attack him or not? They've been very close to each other the whole race. It's like new rivalry. Hectic Atomic has retired from the session. Hectic Atomic, I can confirm he has retired from the session. And now Susi Motley is overtaking people doing the safety car because he's lapped. But still, the game doesn't probably allow him to overtake. But Hectic Atomic retiring and safety car is out, so nothing's gonna really happen. Yeah. Vadlot Billy has overtaken. Okay, these drivers are probably because of the Ferrari driver. They are getting a Hectic Atomic has left from the session because of the. What's that Ferrari driver? Yeah, but nobody got any penalties, so it's a new race for all. And I want to see what these drivers with the fresh mediums against these drivers with the kinda fresh hards also. Well, 5 lap old hards against 4 lap old hards against 3 lap old hards against 5 lap old hards versus 1 lap fresh mediums. I think the pace difference. Can they do 16 laps with mediums? Because we saw a lot of drivers pitting in lap 12 or lap 13, so it's a... Okay, the voice is good, voice is still good. But yeah, and Vega Visuals is overtaking Harry for position and safety cars in this lap. I can confirm it is not allowed to overtake doing the safety car. Oh, well, depends on how it's gonna turn out. And the safety car in this lap, and now Viati Safe is going to pull the plug, or stop the plug actually. He's going to slow down probably, and yeah, there we go, he's doing the Lewis Hamilton. They're driving less than 50 kph per hour, and that's what Lewis Hamilton does. I really enjoy that style, I like that, I do it myself also, so and RP gets a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Armady, so Armady has hit the rear of RPC, I assume. And I believe it's going to be lights out, and away we go for the Grand Prix. And Susi Frein has left from the session as he's already retired. But Viati Sape still, he's still not. 5-second penalty for 3-second penalty for Harry for collision with Felix. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it was a very, very good getaway from Viati Sape as Seymour Butts, aka Jamie Dodge, a very good friend of mine, probably my best friend. Riding that Lance Stroll leading the race. I never expected that. Well, this Lance Stroll is German and he's P2 in the Drivers' Championship just behind of Kevin, also known as Cevapcici, but you know that. And he will be taking the lead of this championship. But look at the 3-car battle for P3 position. That's really unbelievable. And lapped car. And Susi Obi has left from the session also. And Harry is finally getting past of the lapped car who was holding him up, as there's yellows in sector 2, and that's Shea who has crashed out. Shea has crashed out, and is that going to bring a new safety car here today? I don't think so, but there's a good fight for P1, or especially, actually there's not, because of over 1 second gap between Felix and Sape. But there's once again yellows in sector 2, and that's probably that RPC or Motley, but nothing really happening. Felix is less than 1 second now, so it's a matter of tenths, matter of thousands. Is he gonna get DRS enabled in the next 2 laps or not? As Amadi has overtaken Whitelot Billy for P9 position. We have 14 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. 14 laps remaining, and there's a massive fight. And in my screen, TG Storm is a little bit lagging, a little bit teleporting, a little bit checking and baking, and also the toe also. They're doing the Michael Jackson's moonwalk, aka also Michael Jackson's Thriller, and oh, he's a little bit tapped the rear of the Williams cars. They're side by side, and there's a VSC. Motley has retired. There's a VSC in this Grand Prix. VSC comes 3rd time in this Grand Prix. 3rd time in this Grand Prix, and we have Vega is also speeding, but he's gonna result back in the last places. VSC, 3rd time. 3 virtual safety cars, 1 safety car. Very happy I started this race 30 minutes earlier. Very, very happy. As Jay Prentice is getting a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. As now Felix is very, very close to VRT Sape. Very, very close to him. And probably VSC is going to leave in a matter of seconds, and it's going to be lights out and away we go for this Grand Prix. And VRT Sape, and Felix actually caught him by 45 tenths in this VSC period, so very good tactical eye from Felix Negua in P2. The 2 Germans leading the Grand Prix at the moment. In P3 is Ella Harry, as Motley has left from the session, retired. That was our 6th retirement of the in this session, in this Grand Prix. Jacking 32 is holding up everybody. He's with fresh mediums, but he is now struggling to keep James Stewart behind him. So yeah, it's gonna be a good battle till the end between all of these drivers. So the safety car really saved a little bit of time, and Felix is gonna get DRS opened in the next lap, I believe. And his DRS is well managed also, and which is also managed by VRT Sape. Both have over 78% of DRS, so that's very good to see. But Felix doesn't get the DRS opened for some reason, and now it's enabled, so he will get it opened in the next corner sections. So we'll see, he's going to be able to get past and maybe take his first ever win in EFL right here today, as Amadi gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings for corner cutting. And now Felix is going to get the DRS opened, but is he going to be able to make any maneuvers or not? And he's not opening his DRS actually, so he might have a DRS failure. Felix might have a DRS failure, and that will really stump a mud hole in his pie. I don't know, did I say it correctly, but yeah, it's gonna piss him off massively, because you need the DRS in this track. You need to stay in a slipstream. Yeah, everybody's less than 5 tenths of each other, but look at the battle we have here for P8. Oh, I apologize, for P7. The Williams driver is holding everybody up, just like we used to see that in real life. But this Williams driver is legitimately fighting for position. And look at the train, he's like a Sirotkin train or trolley train, whatever train you wanna call it. It might even be called a Jamie Dodger train, who knows. Sorry, Jamie. And Jay Prentice, 678, is still defending very well, or he has decent amount of straight line speed to keep everybody behind him, but it's only a matter of minutes or seconds or laps when he's gonna make a mistake, and it's gonna be hasta la vista, baby. And look how much speed Imadi has compared to the Williams driver. It's like a bus, it's like a Sunday bus, like choo-choo, everybody aboard, haha. That was Mickey Mouse, by the way. As we have a new comment saying, Seymour Bot saying, come on, make Williams great again. Yeah, you enjoy Williams being in P6, huh? You enjoy that, don't you, bitch? I'm sorry. That was a little bit of a liner, but look at the Renault driver, he's really frustrated. He wants to get past of the Williams driver very badly. And yeah, the Williams is defending very well. And look at the train he's skipping behind him, and Amadi is going to try to overtake around the outside, and he's a little bit tapping, and he lost part of his end plate. He had to be a little bit more cautious. You have to be careful on the driver ahead. But now he's basically pushing him into the corners. He's defending the inside line. They're going side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? It's going to be Amedeo. It's going to be the Williams driver of Jay Puentes. And Jay Puentes is still going to keep the position. But now Amedeo is in a trouble against the Towoso driver of White Lord Billy. And White Lord Billy is diving up the inside corner cutting. But he got a 3-second penalty for doing that, and that allows Alpha driver TJ Storm to try to dive bomb on the inside of corner 10, 11 and 12, but he doesn't do it. And now Amedi, because he's lost his end plate, he's in massive troubles of keeping his position. But, White Lord Billy is diving, he's diving, they're going side by side with each other. What a battle. And now White Lord Billy is looking towards the inside line. He's going to dive up the inside. No, he's not, but it was a great attempt by White Lord Billy, not gonna lie, great attempt. James Torres is 5 tenths behind of Jack King in P5, and now White Lord Billy is getting past of Amedi has spun it. So White Lord Billy has spun Amedi, if I'm not incorrect, and is that gonna bring out the safety car? It's in a very dangerous location, the car is in a very dangerous location, and are we gonna see the second safety car here today, ladies and gentlemen? We have already had 3 VSCs and 1 safety car, and are we gonna see the second safety car in this Grand Prix here today? And that's Amedi, who has unfortunately retired after that courageous battle he had, and doesn't look like we're gonna have another safety car here today. And yeah, but the streak continues in Singapore. No race without a safety car in Singapore. We've already had one, and yeah. TG Storm is now right behind of Billy for P7. The battle for P7 is living, and is living very much. Very likely TJ Storm is trying really to get past him, and we're gonna see what's the battle in the lead. Nothing really much. Felix and Shape are in the class of their own. The 2 Germans are Uber Alles, they are Boval, and already Felix's teammate Harry Cooper, P3. Very good day for McLaren drivers in Singapore. Cam in P4, P3 in the Drivers' Championship. Jack King in P5, Torres in P6, White Lord Billy in P7, Storm in P8, still battling with White Lord Billy, doesn't have up the inside, no he's not, he's waiting for the better opportunity. Trent HT21 in P9 and Vega Visuals in P10, then we have Argai, Prentice and Shea in 11th, 12th and 13th places. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, was a line from Die Hard 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Very great movie, I would recommend it. I would recommend watching Die Hard, Independence Day, Godfather trilogy. I would recommend them all. I would really recommend them all. They're very good movies, by the way. But look at now Storm. Storm is really close to White Lord Billy. They go side by side with each other, and it looks like with Billy is trying to switch back, and they go side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? Who's gonna shake and bake? And it looks like Billy is giving the position from Storm. But now gap between Felix and Shape is less than 5 tenths. It's less than 5 tenths, I can confirm that. They go side by side with each other. Ooh, and Storm has to take the long way round. And he's going side by side with Billy. They're not giving in. They're not giving in. And they've crashed. They've crashed. And Billy has put it Storm to the wall. He has put it Storm to the wall. And that was a very, very unfortunate business for him. And he pushed him to the wall once again. That was a very unprofessional maneuver from White Lord Billy. And I can say right now that I'm considering giving White Lord Billy a race ban, because very unprofessional driving in Monza, very unprofessional driving in Singapore. So I'm just gonna say how I'm feeling. White Lord Billy might get first driver in EFL who will maybe get a race ban. We don't need a steward's opinion on that, because I'm the head officer, head boss in this league, and I can, if I see it filling, then yeah. Because if he took out Imad and then now he took out Storm, then yeah, he might need to see that timeout for Sochi Rossa. And still Viati Shape, less than 6 tenths behind him is Felix Negua. Felix, who every single race he's finished in EFL have been in the second place. So he's finished This is his third race in EFL, second in Spain, second in Hungary, and now second in Singapore. So he's turning out to be a great Nick Heidfeld towards the great Michael Schumacher, who was leading the race. By the way, Vega Storm is pitting with White Lord Billy, both changing the front wings. Very unfortunate business, but that promotes our guy to P9 position. Vega Visuals to P8. Trent, both Mercedes drivers of Trent and James in P7, P6. They're doing a good job, and James Turris is also known as RP James, is less than 4/10 behind of Jack King 32. So if you have any questions or anything you want to say, just write them to the commentary box and I will try to answer them as quickly as possible. And now Felix, yeah, okay, still less than 1/10 behind of VRT Sape, and behind them is Harry in P3, and actually Cam is closing down on Harry, and gap is now only 1 second. It's only 1 second, but gap between Turris and Jack King is closing down minute by minute. Even though Jack has fresher tires and better, softer tires than James Turris, but at this stage, looks like okay. Now he's spitting. So those mediums definitely can't go to the end. So drivers who pitted under the safety car for the medium set of tires, it's very unfortunate that they have to pit once again. Or if they can keep the position, then it's GG. But as Felix has once again left from the session, Felix has disconnected once again. So what is happening with Felix's internet? That is second time already in this session that he's disconnected, and that will probably promote his teammate to P2 and Cam to P3. So that's very unfortunate for his race. He was doing such a good job, and now VRT Safe gets a little bit of breathing space because of that. Storm gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting, but now Harry is closing down with Cam towards Felix, as Felix has unfortunately disconnected, and TG Storm has retired from the session. We missed it. There's yellows in sector 1, and Felix Negro has returned back to the session, but he's not gonna bring out the safety car or not. There's still yellows in sector 1. Is the safety car gonna come or not? Is it gonna come or not? We're gonna find that out very shortly. There's very long yellow flags in sector 1 and no safety cars, but that was already our 8th retirement of the session. And Felix might get overtaken by his teammate Harry, and yes, his teammate has overtaken him. And is Cam gonna get passed off Felix or not? Is Felix gonna rejoin back in a good amount of time? And no, it's not. And Felix, as VRT Safe has left from the session, VRT Safe has disconnected. VRT Safe has disconnected from the session. So that's gonna give Harry a great chance to win this Grand Prix. So what's happening with the connections with all of these drivers? What's happening with the connections? Connections are very massively wild at this stage of time. As Felix has returned back, but VRT Safe has left from the session once again. VRT Safe has left, and that will give Harry a great chance, as VRT Safe has joined back once again. But what is the AI level? AI level is 41, so how long he has to drive as an AI, as White Lord Billy has set it the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he's driving but Harry is catching up so much towards VRT Safe. He's catching so much to him, as White Lord Billy gets a 3-second penalty for multiple corner cuttings, multiple warnings, and I believe VRT Safe is going to be able to get to his car. Yes, he is, but the gap has closed down so much between it, and White Lord Billy has retired. And is that going to bring out the safety car here today? Is that going to bring out the safety car or not? We have already 10th retirement in the session, as Ahmadi has left from the session. Also, but he has retired. And no safety cars at the moment. No safety cars, and the gap between Harry and Sape is going to be now less than 1 second. Yes, it is. And now Harry gets his turn. The other McLaren goes. The other McLaren comes. And now he gets his chance to fight for the win against the great VRT Sape, because Sape got disconnected second time in this Grand Prix, but the gap is 1.1 seconds. and now Felix is less than 5 tenths behind of New Zealand Cam, and now he's almost lost his car, almost lost his back end. But how many disconnections we've had here today, ladies and gentlemen? How many disconnections? Viati Seip has disconnected once again. Viati Seip has disconnected once again from this session. So what on earth is happening? Is Harry going to take his first ever win in EFL? This is going to give some new drivers chance to win this Grand Prix. So what on earth is happening with Viati Seip's connection? I have no idea what on earth is happening with the connection. And yes, it is. Harry will take the lead of the Grand Prix, and that's first time Harry is going to lead the Grand Prix in EFL. Yes, sir, it is. That's the first time, and is Cam going to follow him? And this will not do great for Viati Seip's championship chances. Unbelievable, and we still see that Viati Seip hasn't rejoined back to the session, and now he is, but he's lost his big lead. He is lost his big lead. Is he going to be able to get back in time or not? And he's lost. Oh, he just rejoined when... Oh, he's not rejoined, but still. He's losing tremendous amount of time. I have no idea what these disconnections mean, but it has made this race very, very interesting. And now we have 4 drivers basically fighting for the win of this Grand Prix. As Jack King has... Well... Viati Seip is still on his car. And now he's in his car, but he has lost tremendous amount of time because of that, and now we'll have a 3-car race, but Harry, 4 laps remaining, is leading this race. Is he gonna do miracle in Singapore? Is he gonna do miracle in Marina Bay Street? Miracle in Marina Bay Street. Is gonna be miracle in Marina Bay Street by Harry Cooper. It would be a biggest shock in EFL's history if he won the race. It would be the biggest shock as Augie has retired from the session. Augie has retired from the session and Storm has left from the session also. And is that going to bring out the safety car or not? Probably Harry is wishing and hoping and praying that the safety car won't come. And Felix is lost his front wing. He has lost his front wing, and that's yellow sector 1, sector 2, sector 3. So what on earth is happening here today, ladies and gentlemen? What on earth is happening? A lot of drivers losing their positions, front wings. But that little incident with James Torres has promoted Viati Seip to P3 position, and he's 1.3 seconds behind of Cam. But unbelievable race we've had here today, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable race. As now Harry has over 3-second lead over New Zealand Cam, and in P3 is Viati Seip. This would be the biggest upset in EFL's history. If Harry would be able to win the Grand Prix, it would be the biggest upset in EFL's history. Harry Cooper is a driver. He's very fast driver, but he's not even able to finish in IRL Division 2 in a podium. He always DNS from every single race. He always finishes either P13 or P14. So this would be the biggest miracle in EFL's history. I'm repeating myself, but this race has turned to be awesome. This race has turned out to be very, very awesome because of these disconnections, and has given a chance for the new drivers to basically come across and win the Grand Prix. But now Viati Seip is lost. Viati Seip has disconnected once again. He has disconnected once again from the session, and is that going to bring a chance towards James Torres to finish in a podium? Is that going to give James Torres a chance to finish in a podium? So what on earth is happening with Viati Seip's connections? Is rejoining and leaving. But now it looks like Harry is going to win his first ever race in EFL. There's still 3 or 4 laps to go, but Felix is pitting. He's taking the soft set of tires, but Torres is catching up towards Viati Seip as... Unbelievable. This has just turned out to be an unbelievable race, guys. Very unbelievable, and Viati Seip has still not... And now he's rejoined back to the session, but how long it will take for him to rejoin back to his car. And that means all the time James Torres is catching towards him. And he has disconnected so many times throughout the session. And 2.5 seconds now between James Torres and Viati Seip, and 4.2 seconds. Yellows in sector 2, so somebody has made a mistake, and that's probably Jack King 32 who just spun it and has... Now, there we go. Now Viati Seip has rejoined back to the session, but he has lost tremendous amount of time to New Zealand Cam and Harry, who is coming across the line. 2 laps remaining. might win his first race in EFL. This would be a biggest upset in EFL's history. Biggest upset in EFL's history is Harry Cooper, the ultimate underdog, the underdog of underdogs, would be able to win a Grand Prix. First time in a podium, first race win in EFL. In many leagues he's not even able to finish in points, always DNFs, and now this is a moment of this young driver's career, what he would remember for her lifetime. What a race this turned out to be. What a race this has turned out to be, but it's not over yet. There's still 2 laps remaining, there's 2.5 laps remaining. He still has to bring it home. Cam is 5.1 seconds behind him, so his tires are giving in. Cam's tires are giving in. So if Harry doesn't have any penalties, or if he doesn't disconnect or doesn't retire, he will win the Grand Prix here today, ladies and gentlemen, as Beate Sepp is trying to make over 3-second gap over Truis. We never know about the penalties or anything like that, but Felix is down in P10 position. He's down in P10 position. Cam is 5.6 seconds behind of Harry. Right behind of Cam is Beate Sepp, and behind him is James Turris. As there will only be few laps left in the Grand Prix, few laps left in this Grand Prix of EFL. This would be the biggest upset in EFL's history. I'm sorry I'm repeating, but I'm very excited. Felix is left from the session, but he's in P10. So both German drivers are disconnecting so many times here today, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, New Zealand Cam is 6 seconds behind of Harry. So but Beate Sepp is catching towards second by second, lap by lap. He's so much faster than Cam, as Cam's tires are probably giving in. He might get a puncture in the end. Who knows? Who bloody knows what's gonna happen? But he is losing his ground so much now. And now Shea is getting past of Felix. My personal drive of the day would be actually, I don't know, it's very hard to say, but it would be Harry Cooper because of the story, the drama, the action. It would be very awesome to see this young driver win a race. He's very excited. He's always optimistic, positive, great sense of humor. Everything is good about this kid, but now Beate Sepp is 8/10 behind of New Zealand Cam. He is, and New Zealand Cam is 7 seconds behind of Beate Sepp. How it's going to turn out, who will be finishing in P2, who will be finishing in P3. We will find out that in the next couple of minutes, next lap. Also, we're going to find out who will be finishing in P2 and who will be finishing in P3. If after all this, Beate Sepp is going to finish P2, that's a champion's drive still. That P2 would be still champion's drive. We never know how Cooper's penalties are going to play around. But now Beate Sepp is waiting for a good opportunity. He's waiting for the optimistic chance to get past of New Zealand Cam. As New Zealand Cam is right ahead of the driver who's ahead of him in the Drivers' Championship. That's Jamie White. Driver of the day is Beate Sepp. Wi-Fi connection, Lance Stroll blew it. Yeah, exactly. And now, as you said, New Zealand Cam has lost the position to Beate Sepp, and that's promoted Beate Sepp to P2. Exactly, Jamie. He lost connection he actually lost 3 times in lap 2, and now the last 2 laps he's lost 2 times. So 3 disconnections and still able to finish in P2. That's a very good drive, and that's why he's your championship leader after this Grand Prix, because Kevin, also known as Sevap Cici, is not driving here today. But the biggest upset in EFL is going to be presented by Harry Cooper. Harry Cooper, who is not shown so much pace in any other tracks, always P13, always P15, always P15, DNF, and now is this going to be the miracle in Singapore, miracle in Marina Bay, miracle in Singapore? Is the young British driver in McLaren going to win his first ever race, first ever podium in a league, or first ever win in a league? We're going to find it out. If he doesn't mess it up, he only has few corners left, and Cam has lost so much time now to Beate Sepp, and his tires are giving, definitely. And is it a puncture or not? It's not a puncture, but we're gonna keep an eye on Harry. And I never would have believed that after all the drama, Felix's front wings flying, Beate Sepp's disconnections, the crashes, the safety cars, the VSCs, he had no chance of winning this Grand Prix. But this, ladies and gentlemen, This is going to be the biggest upset in EFL's history. Total underdog, like Rey Mysterio in WWE. Harry is coming to cross the line to win his first ever race in EFL and first ever podium in EFL. Good job, and he has a unserved 5-second stop and go penalty, but is that gonna make any difference? And and Viati Sape has finished P2 and New Zealand came in P3, so that means Harry, you are a race winner. Enjoy this moment, you are number one. You have done miracle in Marina Bay, miracle in Singapore has happened in EFL, miracle in Singapore with Harry Cooper. As we can get them to the podium interviews, he will probably be very, very happy guy of winning this Grand Prix, as New Zealand Cam is going to take home in P3, Torres is going to take P4, Visuals P5, Trent's P6, Prentice P7, Jack King will take the P8, RPC will take the P9, and Felix will take the P10. And Felix saying he lagged out 3 times, and also did save, so that's very unfortunate. So you still get P10, you still get 1 point, but it was a great race, great momentum, great opportunity, unbelievable scenes. And Zap also like 4 times something. Great job, German internet. Yeah, exactly. Great job, German internet. You said it very correctly. But that was your podium. Apologize that I skipped the podium. I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. But Harry winning the Grand Prix from Safe, Cam, Torres, Visuals, Trent, Sins, King, Say, Felix, and then your retirements from Argo to Susie. But we're gonna get the podium interviews and the national anthem of God Save the Queen England. As we're gonna save the video clip, we're gonna just unbelievable race for, and we're gonna invite the top 3 for the interview box. So it's Viati Sape, Cooper, and Cam. We're gonna invite these drivers to the podium interviews. Where is Harry? Harry, where are you, man? Don't say you're offline. There we go. You're not offline. And there is New Zealand Cam, and here is where is VRT saved? There's 99 players online, and Jesus, why everybody has to be online? I have to move some friends from friends list. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get to the interviews very shortly, but it's kind of lagging a little bit. Why does his name have to start with V? And there we go. We invited top 3 for the interview box. We're gonna wait for these drivers to say their comments about this Grand Prix, and I believe we're gonna have a very happy driver with Cooper. As I said, it's biggest upset in EFL's history. Wait, and we have New Zealand cameras join us here today. We're gonna wait for the winning driver and VRT Safe to join to the interview box, and we're gonna wait for them to join. And we have VRT Sape who has joined, and we're just gonna wait that Harry Cooper is gonna join, and then we're gonna start the interviews with him. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with us. We're just gonna wait for Harry Cooper to join to this interview box. We're gonna give it 30 more seconds. Actually, let's do it like this.
He's already in here.
He's in.
Alright, does every single driver have their voice having on?
Yeah.
Harry, we're gonna start with you. I said this in the stream. Biggest upset in EFL's history. Miracle in Marina Bay Street. You won your first race in EFL. First podium in EFL. Describe your emotions at the moment.
I don't feel good. I didn't deserve it at all. I mean, Shaps lagged out like 3 times. And I think there's been some penalty confusion, but I think I won the race by half a tenth. 4, he lagged out 4 times. So it don't feel deserved, but
it's still a race win. You still drove
got the win.
Yeah, you still drove the race to the end. It wasn't your fault, but still, the first race win in EFL. We know how hard you've had in other leagues. So how much does this win still mean to you? You know that you finished P1, you got 25 points, and you're the driver everybody celebrates here today. How does it feel?
It feels it's bittersweet. It's my first race win in like 4 months, so in a way it's good, but
so yeah,
I don't feel like it's deserved, but I'll take a win.
Yeah, well.